Hi, my name is Alexis Arms and you are now at the fourth and final vlog and hashtag See Who You Hate. In the previous vlogs, my group members have discussed what Western beauty standards are, how the algorithm is involved, and the individual and societal effects of our behaviors around them. But why does this matter to you?
This is my perfect body. And so is this your flaws make you.
The previous video you just saw was from TikTok creator Spencer Barbosa. Spencer is a self-love, body-positive creator whose videos consist of skits, informational videos that represent body types that are outside of Western beauty standards, and remind girls that not all bodies and faces that they see on the internet are real. Now, some people argue that creators and movements of this genre have become increasingly more common. And this can be attributed to the body positive movement that has grown steadily across many social media platforms throughout the past several years. According to Alissa Chiat's body positive movement, Influence of Beauty Standards on Body Image, the body positive movement celebrates an individual's physique by changing the discussion from insecurities and scrutinizing one's appearance to focusing on radical self-love. This movement was started by a group of social media influencers who wanted to teach others about how to increase confidence and love themselves regardless of their physical appearance and proximity to beauty standards. And while radical self-love and confidence can do nothing but help us derail beauty standards and feel greater about ourselves, it is not the final solution. While movements like these are important and a step in the right direction, negativity and apprehension still surround the online conversation about the standards we have today.
Let's peek at the comment section.
As Spencer preaches the infamous practice of self-love, users flood her comment sections. And in many of these comment sections, there is a common theme among her fans being grateful that she allows them to see their own body type represented on social media. These types of comments are extremely typical under videos of body-positive creators and proves society's understanding that, a majority of the time, only bodies that fit our version of Western beauty standards will be shown and pushed to them, making the rise of a creator that breaks this mold something to celebrate and look up to. Unfortunately, this understanding spreads further than just certain body types. Western beauty standards can discriminate against race, disability, age, and gender identity. Beyond the discriminative and sometimes unrealistic online world that these standards create, they also negatively impact our main three stakeholders, some of which you may be included in. The first key stakeholder is social media companies, specifically the giants like TikTok. Social media companies hold the responsibility of regulating the content that is pushed to their users, as well as monetizing the content that does well. As mentioned above, in a previous vlog, many of them, like TikTok, are notorious for upholding their algorithm inside the app for each user. The second key stakeholder is social media users. While not only being the most obvious stakeholder, the users are the ones who also experience the greatest impacts of Western beauty standards online. Many, if not all, social media users would be able to say that they have been a witness to or a victim of body shaming, racism, ableism, etc. on social media apps. Social media users are also incredibly important in this conversation because they are typically the first to speak out against or in support of many different trends, movements, and occurrences. The third key stakeholder is families of social media users. While the families of social media users are affected in an indirect way, it is an important effect that is not often talked about. The main audience of TikTok and many social apps such as Instagram or Snapchat ranges widely, but can still be narrowed down to say that it is mostly teenagers and young adults. Many users are still dependent on their families or guardians in some kind of way. Therefore, as body dysmorphia, anxiety, etc. in teens becomes a more common consequence of social media, the families and generations before who do not have social media as a factor in their daily lives will now have to learn about and seek treatment for their dependents who experience these kinds of issues. The algorithm, the machine behind our screens assessing us and our interests, one of the many forces behind the daily reinforcement of Western beauty standards on social media. However, it does not work on its own. The algorithm is a reflection of its users and society. In a perfect world, we would be able to change the actions of the algorithm to become more inclusive and less polarized under Western beauty standards. However, the key to change is change within us, the users. But how can we do this? The first, most important action that we as users can take is simply to check our own internal biases when it comes to engaging with people on the internet. Simply being aware that standards exist and ensuring that you are acknowledging them can be a leap forward. The second action we can take is to be mindful of the creators, genres, and content of the videos that are coming up on your For You page. Noticing a pattern of only popular beautiful female creators, or a lack of POC, disabled, or gender fluid creators, take action. Maybe this time you take a look into your Explore page to find videos that wouldn't typically make it onto your For You page. Or you can search directly for specific smaller creators or content that you know you have not seen often. And never forget the power of a double tap like. When a video stands out to you for being out of the norm, like it. Your behavior will encourage your algorithm to change. The final action you can take is to help generate dialogue about this topic. In the forever growing digital age that we are in, our online lives affect our society and world more every single day. With Western beauty standards and the algorithm working hand in hand, social media users must stay mindful of their intake and behavior and cut down the curtain over the conversation of standards. The body positive movement has already started this. We hope you are thinking a bit more about the content that you tend to receive on a day-to-day basis and what you can do to get more diversity. People are different and we are all just people on the internet. We should celebrate our differences and deny the standards that tend to drive some parts of our media.